buffs in this update. The Arcade Trio with Rico, Brock, and 8-Bit, and the Super Seed Trio with Max, Surge, and Mag. Rico's gadget got reworked. Multi-Ball Machine deploys a vending machine that, when destroyed, releases projectiles in all directions. When buffed, Rico can load it up with more projectiles by shooting at it. Giga Gumball gadget makes Rico fire a giant gumball that splits into smaller projectiles when hitting a wall or an enemy. When buffed, both projectiles also slow enemies. Super Bouncy with the Buffy makes his bounced bullets get extra supercharged when hitting an enemy. Robot Retreat with the Buffy increases his speed even more at 10% HP. Rico's Hyper Buffy makes his projectile speed increase and adds more projectiles.
Brock also got a rework to his super. Now his super will follow his movement. Rocket places can now be aimed, and when buffed, it gains a short speed boost if the rocket hits the enemy brawler. Mega Rocket, when buffed, splits the Mega Rocket into 4 smaller rockets that deal less damage. More Rockets Buffy makes him move faster when using the super. Rocket number 4 Buffy makes Brock's attack range increase every few seconds. Brock's Hyper Buffy adds extra small rockets to his main attack.
And 8-Bit, completing the Arcade Trio. Buffy'd cheat cartridge now fully heals the damage booster and heals 8-Bit for some time. Extra credits got reworked and can fire an extra salvo of projectiles during his main attack. When buffed, these projectiles can also bounce to nearby enemies. Boosted Booster, when buffed, makes the damage booster drop ammo clips that can be collected by allies. Plugged in, when buffed, also grants the speed boost to allies. And his Hyper Buffy gives 8-Bit unlimited ammo and allows 8-Bit to interrupt his attack with another attack on command.
Now the Super City Trio, starting with Mag. Her super is getting a rework and now does area damage when she transforms. When hypercharged, it makes Field Steel larger, and when summoning her mecha, it slows brawlers hit by it. Toolbox gadget now repairs the mecha, and when buffed, it lasts longer and also heals allies. Jolting Volts makes Mag eject from her mecha and launch it forward, dealing damage. When buffed, the mecha also leaves a trail of fire. Force Field Star buffing makes Mag gain a speed boost while her shield is active. And Heavy Metal now heals Mag for every enemy hit with Fieldless Steel. When buffed, it also steals ammo from the enemy brawler's hit. And her Hyper Buffy makes the mecha basic attack explode when hit. And when outside the mecha, makes her main attack homing.
Max. Phase Shifter is now aimable, and when buffed can phase shift a second time. Sneak Sneakers can now be triggered by pressing the gadget again or after 3 seconds. When buffed, after teleporting back, it refills her ammo and heals nearby allies. Supercharge now extends the duration for super when hitting an enemy, and when buffed, it also gives a shield to your ally. Run and Gun. When buffed, gains a speed boost when hitting enemies. And her Hyper Buffy makes her main attack also charge the supers of nearby allies.
And finally, the last one, Surge. Power Surge now increases his supercharge rate for a short time. When buffed, it also increases his reload speed. Power Shield, when buffed, also reduces the cooldown of the gadget if Surge gets hit. To the Max now makes Surge's attack bounce off walls. When buffed, the projectile creates smaller projectiles when hitting a wall. Serve Ice Cold now makes Surge spawn with his super charge. When buffed, Surge gets a speed boost when using his super on stage 3. Surge's Hyper Buffy gives him a smaller projectile after his main one. And lastly, Surge also gets a hypercharge rework, which makes him shoot projectiles in all directions when landing his super.